He loved us. Encyclical of Pope Francis on the Sacred Heart of Jesus. In Communion of Service, number 212. We should not think of this mission of sharing Christ as something only between Jesus and me. Mission is experienced in fellowship with our communities and with the whole Church. If we turn aside from the community, we will be turning aside from Jesus. If we turn our back on the community, our friendship with Jesus will grow cold. This is a fact, and we must never forget it. Love for the brothers and sisters of our community, religious, parochial, diocesan, and others, is a kind of fuel that feeds our friendship with Jesus. Our acts of love for our brothers and sisters in community may well be the best and at times the only way that we can witness to others our love for Jesus Christ. He himself said, "By this everyone will know that you are my disciples, if you have love for one another." John 13, verse 35. This love that becomes service within the community. I never tire of repeating that Jesus told us this in the clearest terms possible. Just as you did it to one of the least of these my brethren, you did it to me. He now asks you to meet him there, in every one of our brothers and sisters, and especially in the poor, the despised, and the abandoned members of society. What a beautiful encounter that can be. If we are concerned with helping others, this in no way means that we are turning away from Jesus. Rather, we are encountering him in another way. Whenever we try to help and care for another person, Jesus is at our side. We should never forget that when he sent his disciples on mission, the Lord worked with them. He is always there, always at work, sharing our efforts to do good. In a mysterious way, his love becomes present through our service. He speaks to the world in a language that at times has no need of words. Jesus is calling you and sending you forth to spread goodness in our world. His call is one of service, a summons to do good, perhaps as a physician, a mother, a teacher, or a priest. Wherever you may be, you can hear his call and realize that he is sending you forth to carry out that mission. He himself told us, "I am sending you out." It is part of our being friends with him. For this friendship to mature, however, it is up to you to let him send you forth on a mission in this world and to carry it out confidently, generously, freely, and fearlessly. If you stay trapped in your own comfort zone, you will never really find security. Doubts and fears, sorrow and anxiety will always loom on the horizon. Those who do not carry out their mission on this earth will find not happiness, but disappointment. Never forget that Jesus is at your side at every step of the way. He will not cast you into the abyss or leave you to your own devices. He will always be there to encourage and accompany you. He has promised, and he will do it, for I am with you always to the end of the age. In your own way, you too must be a missionary, like the apostles and the first disciples of Jesus, who went forth to proclaim the love of God, to tell others that Christ is alive and worth knowing. Saint Therese experienced this as an essential part of her oblation to merciful love. Quote, "I wanted to give my beloved to drink, and I felt myself consumed with a thirst for souls." End of quote. That is your mission as well. Each of us must carry it out in his or her own way. You will come to see how you can be a missionary. Jesus deserves no less. If you accept the challenge, he will enlighten you, accompany you and strengthen you, and you will have an enriching experience that will bring you much happiness. It is not important whether you see immediate results. Leave that to the Lord who works in the secret of our hearts. Keep experiencing the joy born of our efforts to share the love of Christ with others. Conclusion. The present document can help us see that the teaching of the social encyclicals Laudato Si and Fratelli Tutti is not unrelated to our encounter with the love of Jesus Christ. For it is by drinking of that same love that we become capable of forging bonds of fraternity, of recognizing the dignity of each human being, and of working together to care for our common home. In a world where everything is bought and sold, people's sense of their worth appears increasingly to depend on what they can accumulate with the power of money. We are constantly being pushed to keep buying, consuming, and distracting ourselves, held captive to a demeaning system that prevents us from looking beyond our immediate and petty needs. The love of Christ has no place in this perverse mechanism. Yet only that love can set us free from a mad pursuit that no longer has room for a gratuitous love. Christ's love can give a heart to our world and revive love wherever we think that the ability to love has been definitively lost. The Church also needs that love, lest the love of Christ be replaced with outdated structures and concerns, excessive attachment to our own ideas and opinions, and fanaticism in any number of forms, which end up taking the place of the gratuitous love of God that liberates, enlivens, brings joy to the heart, and builds communities. The wounded side of Christ continues to pour forth that stream which is never exhausted, never passes away, but offers itself time and time again to all those who wish to love as he did. For his love alone can bring about a new humanity. I ask our Lord Jesus Christ to grant that his Sacred Heart may continue to pour forth the streams of living water that can heal the hurt we have caused, strengthen our ability to love and serve others, and inspire us to journey together towards a just, solidary, and fraternal world. Until that day, when we will rejoice in celebrating together the banquet of the heavenly kingdom, in the presence of the risen Lord, who harmonizes all our differences in the light that radiates perpetually from his open heart. May he be blessed forever. Given in Rome at St. Peter's on October the 24th of the year 2024, the 12th year of my pontificate, Pope Francis.